every version every time, then if you want to save them in a proper way with some version, then we have to give version. So all those versions will be stored here. Okay. So what happens when you run git init? It creates a hidden folder called .git inside your project. I already told you, no? Here, git in a folder it will, okay, git demo 2. Here also it will create. Please see here. Okay. Currently in which directory we are? FSD. So in FSD it is going to create it inside your project. So okay, this is the project FSD. Okay, git. Next, this is where git stores all the information needs to track your files and history. I already told you, know, with the help of this folder only, it is going to track all the versions. Okay, now let us create a file. You have already created a file, and new file. Your new git repository is empty. Let us add a file by using favorite text editor. Okay, here it is showing some other file, but now let us go with some simple example. Okay, I have already created one file called file1.txt. This is the content, and save it. Okay, and now I want to introduce something called, okay, you want to know the status. Okay, this is the command git space status. Okay, nothing yet. Okay, sorry, we have to move to that folder. What is that folder? cd git demo 2. Okay, now we have to initialize here git init. Okay, so now in the folder it is going to be created. Okay, so earlier I have created in the parent directory itself, but what is the folder, what is our repository name? Git demo 2. Okay, after going to git demo 2, please initialize git by git space init. So automatically it will give initialize empty git repository in D drive FST subfolder and subfolder git demo 2. Okay, so now what I have to do? Okay, in this I have to see whether files have been created. Okay, file1.txt is there, right? So now I am going to check the status. Its status. Okay, file 1 was created. What is the use of file 1 here? It was untracked. It was not, because that means you have created one file, but no commits have been done. Okay, but this file was not tracking. Still, it is not tracking. Now, what we have to do for tracking? What is meant by tracking? Just now you have created one file in our local system. So you have to specify to the Git that, okay, please track my file. Whenever I am doing some changes, I have to. So this is called working directory. Initially I told you, no, this is called working directory. Now if I want to move this file to staging directory, staging part, then what I have to do? There is a command called git space add space file name. What is the file name? 1.txt. Okay. So it was added. How to know whether it was added or not? Please see its status. There is a difference. Earlier, before adding this file, it is showing that untracked files. So red color it is showing that that means Git is not tracking this file. Okay, nothing added to commit. But here, please see, after adding this file1.txt, if I am checking status, okay, it is showing some lines. On branch master, no commit set, changes to be committed. Okay. So file 1 was added from working directory to staging. Now my current version is on master. Okay, master is the main thing. Okay, no commit set. Okay, so changes to be committed. Okay, just now you have added this file. Suppose if I am going for, please see, if I am going to change something, please see here. If I am going to change something, okay, change has been done in master. Okay, right? So again, what you have to do? I have saved that. Okay, git status. What is the message it is going to display? Modified file 1.txt. Why it is showing modified file? Because in file 1.txt, if you observe carefully, in file 1.txt I have added one more line in master only. Master means what is the main thing? Or okay, master means main person, main one. Okay, till now I have not created any branch. Master is the main person, main thing here, okay, or main root. Okay, so I have modified some file, but what is showing here? Changes to be committed. Okay, git new file. Okay, so changes not staged for commit. What is the message it is going to display? You have created one file called file1.txt. You have done some modifications, but you have not saved them. Okay, then how to save them? How to make commit? Okay, for that first of all you have to use git add dot. Okay, dot means current file. Okay, git space commit commit git commit hyphen m indicates message, and you have to display some message like here you have to display some message to know who has been committed. Okay, sir, up to know what I have done, just I have created one file called file1.txt in git demo2 folder, and after that I am initializing my git to track my folder, and what are the file I have created? Initially I have written one line called hello, this is a line in master or root, and I have added that file to the from working directory to staging. But when you want to store it in the local repository, if you have to do commit. Okay, because I have made some changes. So this is called version. So earlier it was this is the first line. Okay, one line has been added in the master. Then what you have to do? You have to do a commit. Okay, whenever you are making some changes, if you want to move from staging to this one, staging to local repository, then you have to use git commit hyphen m indicates message. So here you can write like commit by master. Okay, so please see here root commit. I already told you, no, master means root. Commit done by master. Okay, commit by master, create mode. So one file change, two insertions were done. Okay, so now let us look at git status. Git status is used to know on which branch you are. Okay, root is the main branch or master is the main branch. So if I type git space status, what it is going to give? It is going to give that nothing to commit. Why it is going to give like that? Because you have not changed it, you have not made any changes. Now I want to show you one thing called how to create a branch. Okay, check file status with git status. Okay, now check your git is tracking your new file or not. Same thing I already explained. What is untracked file? An untracked file is a file in your project folder. The git is not yet tracking. That means you have created folder, but you have not initialized git for tracking it. What is tracked file? Tracked file is a file that git is watching for changes. Okay, so these are the files you have created or copied into the folder, but haven't told git to watch. So git is like some monitoring system which will try to see what are the changes that you are making to the files in the current folder or what are the folder. So to make a file track, you need to add it to the staging area. So I already told you, after creating a file in the working directory, if you want to track those files by the git, you have to compulsorily add that file from the working directory to, or you have to move from working directory to staging. Okay, I will show you what are the three things. Please see here, this is called working directory. Okay, here observe carefully. There are three files: code.python, example.txt, example1.txt. What is the second one? This is called staging area. If you add, then only this will be moved to staging area. Then if whenever you are adding, then only these files will be tracked by the local git. Okay, if you make some changes and if you want to commit them, and if you are making any commit, then those will be permanently stored in the local repository by specifying by each and everywhere, having some version name. And if you want to move it to remote repository, then you can move to remote repository by using push command. Okay, let us look at with how to create a branch. Okay, staging environment. Staging environment are a waiting room for your changes. You use it to tell Git exactly which files you want to include in your next commit. So staging area is nothing but the files that are ready to commit further, and you want to store it in the local repository. Okay, git add file name. So there is one more command called git space add space hyphen hyphen all or git space add hyphen a. This indicates that all changes. Suppose you have done some different changes and you want to, if multiple changes have been done on the same file and you want to finally commit all the changes, then you can use, then you have to move that from working directory to staging directory by using git add. Okay. He has created index.html, but I have created file1.txt. So please see git status on branch master, same thing. Okay, next. Suppose if there are multiple files are there, you can use git add all or git. You can stage all changes, new, modify and delete the files at once. Next. What is git commit? I already told you. Git commit is like a save point. What is save point? Suppose you want to save something. You have done some changes on the file, but you want to give some name to that file with the what are the changes you have done up to that point. So suppose you assume that at 10:15 you have done some modifications for the file. So please save it with save point 10:15 or save point at 10 a.m. Okay, you have done some other modifications at 11 a.m. and you can save that with save point 11 a.m. Okay, like that you can store multiple versions of the same file with different changes. Okay, so after whatever the file you have added and what are the modifications you have done, you have to give commit. You have to use commit. Commit means moving from staging to local repository. Okay, please see here the local folder git demo. Both were committed. Okay, right. So this is the way how to commit, right? So how to give commit with a message? Message indicates committed state changes with a message. Okay. Next. Git log. I will tell you about git log to know the different commits made by different persons or different versions. Okay. How many changes? How many times commit you have done? Okay. Right. What is git branch? Git branch is like a separate workspace where you can make changes and try new idea without affecting the main project. For example, this is the project manager directory, and if I want to create a same folder for another person and the another person want to change some, do some modifications in his module, then I will create a workspace for him on the same file name. Okay, so that is called branch. Branch means a separate workspace. Branch lets you work on different parts of the project like new features or bugs fixes without interfering with the main branch. Okay, that means the main project will be as it is, and the separate copy will be created for each and every separate feature that you are developing for which is developed by the parallel with the another developer. Okay, so common reasons to create a branch is developing a new feature, fixing a bug, experiments with ideas. Okay, so how to create a branch? Please see here. Creating a new branch. What is the command? Git space branch. This is called branch name. Okay. So for simplicity, I am going to create. For simplicity, I am going to create git branch. I am going to create like programmer 1 branch. Okay. Git branch P1. Okay. So. Sorry. Spelling mistake. Git branch P1. So now it was successfully created. Okay. Now in which branch you are? If you want to see the status, in which branch? Git status. I am on master only, but it was created branch. Git branch P1. Okay. If you want to see the different branches that are available, just see here. So wherever star is there, star indicates that is the in that branch we are doing the work. Okay, now where I am doing the work? In master. I already told you master or main is the root. Okay, so if I want to if I want to move to that branch, okay, what is the branch? P1. I want to go to that branch. So there is a command called git switch. Git switch. What is the branch name? P1. Okay, switch it to branch P1. Now again see the status. Now it will show you git branch. If you type git space branch, it will show you the different branches that are in the system. Okay, now please see the difference. Here I am under master, so it will show the star under master. The star star across the master. So I have switched, I have created one branch called P1 and I have moved to branch P1. Now I am checking in which branch I am, or I want to check whether the successfully I have moved to that branch or not. So this branch is nothing but a separate workspace created for a different person who will develop a new feature or who will add some extra modifications, right? So please look at here. This green color and star indicates that you are under this branch. Okay. Now my intention is programmer P1 is a programmer who want to add some lines in the same file. So let us go with this file and I am going to add some changes here. Please see here. This is a line created or modified by P1 programmer. Okay, save it. Okay. Now check by using git status. What it is giving? I am on branch P1, changes not staged for commit. Okay, you have done some changes on file1.txt. Who has done these changes? Programmer P1 or a separate programmer. So that was modified but that was not committed. No changes added to commit. So what you have to do? You have to commit this one. Sir, please look at carefully. The first two lines are created by master and the project manager, and this is the third line which is created by programmer P1. So this line you have added, but that should be tracked by the git, right? So you are not yet committed. That means in the working directory, in the folder, in the file, you have added one line P1, but that is not committed. So that should be committed. That means earlier version it contains only 2 lines. Now a programmer has came to here and he has created workspace for him and he want to add his own module or he has modified some changes. Then how to do this? Git, you have to specify add file1.txt. Then what will happen? Okay, successfully added. Okay. So now what you have to do? Git, sir, whenever you are doing some changes, compulsorily you have to do 2 things. One is you have to add to update what will be committed, and another one is you have to commit. Okay, what you have to do? Commit. So for commit, git space commit -m. Okay. So which line? What is the line? Okay. Now who has done this one? Programmer P1. So you have to put a message that you have updated this one or you have done some changes. What you have to put here? Okay. Line 3 or P3 modified or programmer 3 modified or new feature added. Something you want to add it. Okay. Now please see here. P3 modified, new feature added. 1 file change, 2 insertions. Okay. Now please see here git status. On branch P1 only, nothing to commit. Okay, you already committed this one. You already moved from staging to local repository. So it was changed. Okay, right. Now observe carefully. Now I am on which branch? P1. Now I am going to master. How to move to another branch? Git switch master. Observe carefully. On branch P1, I have typed a new line called this is a line created or modified by P1 programmer. Okay, understand carefully. Now I am moving to branch. Now I am moving to main master. Git switch master. Switch to branch master. Okay. Now you please go to here and check it. Please see. Earlier programmer P1 has added one line that was not there because these are the 2 lines who has given by master. Okay, but P1 has modified and added one more line here. So that was not there here. Understand carefully. First is the master version. Okay, if you want to go to or if you want to move to, again if you want to move to P1 programmer or P1 feature or new feature which you have added or new version or new branch. Okay, so P1 is the branch you already created. You want to move to branch, then switch to branch P1. Now again go to VS Code and check. Again you got third line. Again you are getting third line. Understand carefully. This is called version controlling system. So first initially root was there. 2 lines was typed by root manager, and third line was added by programmer P1. Maybe that is nothing but a new feature or a new some bug has been removed. Okay, now what I am trying to do, please understand carefully. Now I am going to, you check status on branch P1 only. Next, if you want to see the log, please see here. Committed by master, committed by P3. 2 commits finally done. One commit was done by master, another commit was done by P1. Head indicates who is just recently committed. Okay. So now I am going to create Git. Now I am going to create one branch called Git space, one more branch called Git branch P2. Okay. Now again check the status Git on branch P1. Okay, but just I have created branch P2. I have to switch to it. How to switch? Git switch P2. Okay, now switch to, it is showing the message that switch to branch P2. Suppose I want to add one more functionality which is developing by programmer 2 and a new feature. So P2 has been added. So now what I have to do? Git. Okay. Now if you check the status P2, if you see this Git log, please see here. Head is pointing to P2. Now what I am trying to do? Now I am under the which version P2 or new feature P2 programmer P2. Now I am going to add one more line called, this is a line created by P2. Okay, now I am saving, right. So now if you click on, please see here Git status. Now what it is showing? It will show you that file 1 was modified by P2 on branch P2. So here you have to save changes. Okay, how to save changes? First of all, you have to add, whenever you are making some changes to the file, you have to add the file, you have to bring that file to the staging part. Staging part means you are by using git space add